Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I just woke up Dar. Dar was resting, so
Oh,
she's on her way.
awesome, awesome. Well, we had a time mix up. So
Oh,
there were six of us at 4 o'clock Central, and then I'm expecting a bunch now at 5. So we're just going to have two happy hours today for me.
how'd that happen?
Well, because when you have a team of people, sometimes somebody will mess up, and on the thing that I sent out said 5, but on the calendar it said 4. So some looked at the calendar, some looked at and I said, okay, whoever shows up at both times, we are going to do this.
Wow.
Because you know what? Organization is something we all have some issue with sooner or
Yes.
later or now. I have it every day.
Yeah.
I work with it. I work around it. So go ahead and heat up the chat, and we will put all your information in there so we can contact you. We don't have to look for it. Things like that. So as you can see, there's my screenshot. There are 6 of us that showed up at 4. And but that's okay, because I should have noticed. That's my job, and I didn't. So yeah. So is Dar going to be joining us or no?
Yes, in just a few moments.
Okay.
Her computer's on. She just has to log in to us.
Okay. Awesome. I love having naps in the afternoons when I have time for them. I'm going to tell you girls right now. And to tell you a little secret, Tamra, Abby, the days my husband is off, I do less work. And I do that for a reason. That's my time to spend with him. I didn't get to used to do that when we had the girls at home, or when, we help we have 4 grandchildren, 18, 15, 15, and 4. Our first 3 grandchildren we helped raise. So they lived with us, didn't live with us, stayed a lot with us, visited us a lot, whatever. My my husband was their dad. That was the daddy figure they had. Still yet for the 2 oldest boys, it's still that. That's the only dad figure they've ever had is Papa. And
Oh,
he
wow.
doesn't like it all the time. I'm going to tell you, because when he has to punish them, yell at them, show them how to be a man, that is not what he likes to do, because that's not what Pawpaws should have to do. Now,
Correct.
our 4-year-old grandson, Daddy's always been in his life. So he's really our only grandchild that we've really been able to be grandparents. He comes and he visits and he goes home. He'll come and spend the night. He'll go home. We go have lunch with him and we take him home. See how that works? It's all fun and games. We spoil him rotten. We take him home.
That's the way you're supposed to be.
Exactly. And my daughter will say, please don't give me so much sugar. Okay, but he just had 2 candy bars, a bag of gummies, and a milkshake. It's all. That's all. But here he is. Not quite that much, but it's fun time when he comes. It's fun time. That's what we do. The whole time he's here, it's Bryson time. So if he spends the night and we pick him up at 3 and we return him at 10 a.m. the next morning, that whole time is Bryson time. We do nothing but Bryson. And that's the way it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
Whatever he
Sounds
wants
great
to
to me.
eat, whatever fun things he wants to go do, that's what we do. But when they live with you, you can't quite do that.
That's right.
Tamara has a granddaughter, a preteen, that lives with her.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Let me tell you, I forgot what it was like to be a grandma. I did. I'm a mom more than I am a grandma.
So, now my daughters were always moms, but, they were single moms for so long and having to work their extra jobs or go to school to get more education or whatever, and that's what we wanted them to do. But it was a family ordeal growing up with those 3 oldest ones. But you know, I'm blessed. God is a very funny man.
Yes, he is. Oh, yes, he is.
I tell people, my God is a very funny man. Whatever God that you believe in, just know, very funny, because
Very
sometimes
funny.
things are handed over to me that I have no idea. I'm like, I was 40 when my first grandbaby, and she was 18 when I found out about him. I'm like, now what am I supposed to do with that? I wanted that in 10 years, not now. That wasn't in my plan, Abby. But guess what? He just turned 18 and I couldn't love that boy more. Most days. Some days I want to wring his neck, but that's okay. He's still my love. All
I'll
right.
be right back.
Okay.
You know
So I
what?
hope,
I would give anything to have a grandchild.
well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's the best thing ever. You should go, you and Abby should go up to, like, they have them here, and I don't know if they have them in Canada, but we've never done it because we've always had, you know, kids. But they have where you could adopt, you're not really adopting them, but like adopt a child, a student, and like
Yeah.
you can go get them and take them places, go to the YMCA with them, go do things with them, you know.
Big brother and big sister. It's
That's
called
it.
Big Brothers and
That's
Big
it.
Sisters here.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
And they have that for elderly here as well,
Oh,
where you can adopt a grandparent. Yes. And
I would give anything to have a grandparent.
well, I will tell you, I have friends that that don't have grandchildren, and some of them never had children. They do that big brother, big sister program. And then some of them that are young, their grandparents pass away, they will go adopt a grandparent.
Mm.
And you know, you adopt them, they're grandparents that are in the nursing homes, but they're not bedridden, you know, they're
They can
functional,
go,
but
they
they
can
can't be
move.
alone. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so do you guys have something like that? Maybe that's something you
My
can look
mom.
into.
And we have my mom.
Okay, so you don't need to adopt a grandparent, but maybe adopt a big sister, or you know, be a big sister
Yeah.
to a boy or a
I haven't
girl.
thought of that for a long time. I did that when I was younger, but
Yeah.
that was before Abby.
Yes.
And
Or just go get a new puppy.
no,
Nope. Abby says
no.
the Abby, the puppy never goes home, right?
That's right.
All right, Dar, did you heat up the chat for me so that we can have your information? And we're going to get right into organization. And I was telling Abby before you came on that there was a confusion in the print work and the calendar. So we had 6 of us show up at 4, and now 4 of us showing up at 5. So I'm doing it twice because I think organization is so important, because it is a mindset. We don't think it's a mindset. We don't think organization of a mindset, but it is, because it puts our mind right about our space around us. Like, as you know, my desk now is the dining room table because my palace upstairs, I can't get up and down still yet 6 months later very well. So my husband says, no, we're practicing it. We're trying it. So I'm hoping by the end of the year, I'll have my palace back, because upstairs is 2 bedroom and 2 bathrooms and a hallway. And I use all of that as office space because, you know, I have my e-commerce business and then I have my networking business. So I have all of that. And now I'm stuck in a dining room with 1 table. So I'm not organized. I try, but it's important for our mindset to be right with our room and our space around us, no matter what we're doing. And so I really wanted, Tamara completely signed off. Maybe she's having internet issues or something. I don't know.
Well, she did say she'd be right back.
Yes. So, all right. And I did put the picture at the top of the girls that joined me at 4. So if you have any questions for them or anything, you can always communicate with them as well. But I am going to share my screen and get started. And we are going to work on, no matter what I do, it just seems like I just suck at screen sharing. So try this again. And I figured out what it is. I just have too many darn pages open. So
Yep.
I know it, but I'm afraid to close them. Then it takes time to open them again, but that's okay. I'm going to figure it out one day. Okay, here we go. So I put this out because a lot of the desk looks like this office chaos, and a lot of bookshelves look like this. And yikes, is your office a mess?
Yes.
Abby, is your office a mess?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Dar, your office is a mess?
No.
Dave? Nah, Dar, your office is not a mess. You know what? My husband will come in, I'll say, don't. I know exactly where my messes are. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. And the other day when he was home, he said, I'm going to go clean off that table. I'm like, don't touch that table. I'm just going to stack it. No, my stacks are in the stacks that I needed. Personal, business, advertising, other customers, things I need to take care of. Do not touch them because I help with websites and CRMs and all of that I have customers for, as well as my networking customers. So, all right. So I say, let's get organized together and let's brainstorm on how we can help each other get more organized in our office. You can utilize all the things we're talking about in other rooms. So in my e-commerce business, I don't take these clients very often anymore because I'm trying to get out of my e-commerce business into my more of the networking business. Yes, because I want to travel more and I can't travel with the e-commerce business as easily. But with my networking business, I can go anywhere and just take it with me. So, so people used to hire me to help them organize their closets, their garages, their sheds, their kitchen, their pantry, things like that. So, so I'm pretty good at it, but I've seen it all. And when I say seen it all, I've seen it all. I don't think there's anything that I have not seen when it comes to organizing, as hoarders, not hoarders, mice, outdated stuff, things we never use. Why do we have stuff? So does your desk look like this? So let's start with your desk. Is your desk a mess? So
Yeah.
my desk is a mess every day. I try to tidy it up before I end my day. Okay. And make sure everything's in its proper piles because I don't have my filing cabinets and all of my organizers downstairs with me. So let's talk about how we can organize your desk. Number one, the more stuff you don't have on your desk, the best. Okay. If you have drawers in your desk and you have a filing cabinet or you have a table next to you or behind you or in front of you, there's no reason to have stuff on your desk except for things that you are utilizing right there and right then. Okay. Now, Abby, you have your own room for your office, and Dar, you have your own room for your office. Tamara, do you have your own room?
Not right now. Right now, I'm working out of the dining room.
Okay, like me. That's what I'm working out of right now while I cannot get upstairs to my palace. So it's a little more difficult, but you can still stay organized. So let's talk organizers. That's how you stay organized. But I'm not saying go out to Walmart or Target or any of those stores and start buying a bunch of stuff, because no. Mostly in my office, you will find vintage things that I have picked up along the way or picked up at a yard sale or so pencil holders, little caddies, little bins, baskets, things like that. So let's look at some ways. Let's talk pencil holders. So the yellow one is just a plastic cup from the kitchen and just put stickers on it. And put your pencils and rulers and scissors or whatever. If they don't go in your desk drawer, or if that's not organized, or let's say you store all your stuff in your drawers that you don't use all the time, but you have your favorite pens or pencils, or for Dar, her favorite scissors, that needs to be on top of her desk at all times, because she probably uses scissors quite often. Her glue on her desk at all times. She uses that all the time. More than likely, none of us use a lot of pencils very often, so no need in being on your desk. Now, next to this yellow cup is a corn or green bean can that you just put contact paper around, or any kind of paper, and just glue it around there. Now it's all pretty, and you can put your stuff in it for your desk. Now, this one reminded me of Dar when I found it. Be creative. It's a can, put some popsicle sticks around it, and put your little foo-foo bling bling stuff on it. And put your favorite thing, and guess what? Now your desk looks pretty. But that's only for your things you're going to use often. Now, Tamara, I'm working off of my table, and I have a package of gel pens, but my gel pens run out, so I have room in here for a pink market for my whiteboard, because I had to bring my whiteboard down for me, because if not, I'll forget to take the dogs out for a walk, or me out for a walk, or my lunch. So I put that on a board so I don't forget, because I get busy, I'll forget to feed me or the dogs. And then I have a regular pen stuff here. So stuff like that is in this one container. Not fancy, because I am downstairs on the dining room table. But it works for down here. Now, all of us, every year, the schools ask for new pencil bags. Now, even if the grandkids brought their pencil bags home at the end of the year, oh, Mama, I don't want to use the same one because I need a new one. So you might have some laying around, is what I'm saying. Or if you go to your bank, and you bank there a lot, or you bank there a long time, they will give you a money bag from there. You can bring it home and put stickers on it, make it look pretty, and put your markers in it, or your colored pencils, your rulers, your scissors, things like that, that you're not utilizing. Now, if it's on your desk, you're utilizing it a lot. Like Dar probably needs, I'm going to say, Dar, tell me yes or, shake your head. Scissors, glue, maybe a ruler, maybe a pencil, maybe markers. All of that needs to be on her desk. But not all of her markers, because she may have a couple hundred since she's been doing this for 13 plus years. Just some of it. Now, I'm going to tell you, I have upstairs for the kids, as they were older, they would, like, their colors would break, or they would bring the end of the year school supplies home some years. I have a cookie jar, and it's shaped like a pencil upstairs, and there's all kind of old markers, colored pencils, regular pencils, pencil sharpeners, all of that put in that for them. And even now, when my grown daughters come over, they know to go upstairs in my office and grab that cookie jar for the 4-year-old. And that's what he will use for that's his. But I have my own special stash in my drawer where he can't find them, because he likes to play with Granny's markers. And I don't want him playing with my markers, because he will use all the blue and only the blue, because that's his color right now, is blue. So he uses everything blue, and then I have nothing blue. So I want you to think about that. Upcycle, reuse, whatever. Don't run out and buy if you have treasures hanging around. You can use a vase for your pens and scissors. I mean, and most of the time we have an old vase laying around that we're not using. Now let's talk about, let's go back here and look at organizers. Now, on my e-commerce side, my neighbors were getting rid of 2 3-drawer filing cabinets, and they called me and said, LaDonna, do you want these? Because they know that I have to keep very organized. with my products. Now, I don't have filing folders in those drawers. My grandsons went and got them next door. We stacked them on top of each other in my office, and I put things that have already been laundered, cleaned, they're folded, they're ready to go online. And they're all in these drawers. So when I get ready to go list them online, all I have to do is open a drawer and start pulling that one stack out and put it online. Then I go put it in the bin that it belongs to. Okay. So, you know, you could do some of the sort of the same ways. Maybe Abby has computer parts laying around. Abby, if you have it, okay. Dora's saying yes, we have. So if you have small parts, like let's say you have a bunch of keyboards, for instance, those don't need to be laying around on the ground. You could put those in a filing cabinet. Put them up on a shelf that you put up in your on your wall. Or maybe you have a shelving system, a bookshelf type thing that you can put all the smaller parts on. But I'm going to tell you, when you're looking at a lot of parts, a lot of clothing, a lot of knickknacks, it can overwhelm your mind. So if you put them in a drawer or in a closet stacked neatly on a shelf, or in a bin that you can't look, you don't have to look at them all the time, your office will look more appealing to you. Your mind will not be so cluttered, and your mindset will be different, I promise you. I found that out the hard way, Abby, Dar, Tamra. Tamra's at the dining room table. If she's looking at dirty dishes all day long, it's a different mindset than not. Now, I turned my table around when I had to come downstairs where I'm looking out my window, because I didn't want to look at, I'm in my in the dining, my breakfast room, I guess you would call it. I didn't want to be looking at my refrigerator. I wanted to be looking outside. So I turned my table around so I could look outside. But Tamra, if I had to look at the dirty dishes, I would just get up and do the dishes first thing in the morning and get them out of the way, because I wouldn't want to look out. And it will make your mindset differently. So Abby, I don't know if there's a way of you getting like your small computer pieces, because I can imagine you probably do since you redo systems. I mean, you couldn't put your monitors away per se, but maybe the smaller parts like keyboards and mouses, and oh my gosh, I bet you've got cords galore. Because I have cords galore around this house and we don't even work on them. So get them in a box, in a crate, in a basket, in something where you don't have to look at them. I promise you, your mindset will be completely different and your office will look so much better, free of clutter. Dar, I've only seen your back cave a couple of times, but make sure all of your crafting things, and I learned this the hard way. I love to craft. My favorite thing is sewing. And if you want to call me a hoarder, my family calls me a hoarder, but you're not a hoarder when you're making money off the stuff you're stashing. But I love fabric. And if it's on sale, I must buy it. So I don't go to that department anymore. I don't go to those stores unless I have to. And when I do go for one piece of fabric, it's $100 bill every time. And my husband will say, why? You don't even sew that much. It was on sale. Look how pretty it is. I can make the baby this. I can make him a pillowcase out of this. I'm going to make him a new blanket out of this. You know, I mean, so many things the head just spins. But I learned, Dar, that I put all of my white fabric in a crate. Anything white went into a crate, because there's different kinds of white fabric. There's plain white, there's eyelet white, there's cotton white, there's fleece white. all, if it was white, it went all in the same crate. Now I may have 3 crates of white, but they're all together where they used to be mixed up, and then I couldn't find them when I went to look for them. And then if I put them in see-through crates. So Dar, I'm just imagining what's in there. You need a system, no matter if it's a stackable shoe boxes, plastic shoe boxes, clear crates, baskets, filing drawers, whatever it is, I would put them as an occasion. Like if you have a bunch, like if you know you have tons and tons and tons of Halloween, you need to grab anything black, orange, or Halloweenish, ghost,
That's
bat,
right.
all needs to go in a box, a crate, a bag, a basket. Now, this is the hard part. Thanksgiving is also orange. So you're going to want to put some of your orange in there. You're going to want to put some of your yellow in there, some of your black in there if it's just colors. But you can sort it out. Now, if it's fabric that I was going to quilt with, smaller pieces of fabric, because I do not throw away my fabrics. If it was smaller pieces, then I would put it in a box that said quilting fabric. I knew that was my, little pieces of fabric, and I just put them all together. But I would put all my Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas all together. So let's say somebody's having a birthday party and they want you to make cards out of orange and black, but it's August for an August birthday party. And you're like, well, what am I going to make it? Well, your head will tell you, go look at my Halloween stash and grab my orange and yellow garb out of there. Construction paper, whatever it may be. But anything that says happy birthday, put under happy birthday. Barbie is the big thing again right now. I would have something, if you have a bunch of pink glittery paper, put Barbie on it, because I'm telling you right now, and I'm going to tell you very factual. I went to an outdoor market, and you know me, I have to give everyone suggestions as I go by their table if they ask for it or not, because that's who I am. I know all of their names now, and I get all their business cards or their QR codes or whatever it is. So one lady was making these cute little bags, right? Only $12. The fabric alone probably cost her more than $12, okay? And they were really cute. And I said, these are so cute. If I needed another bag, but I have so many bags, I would have bought one because I couldn't even make it for $12. And she says, I know, but nobody's buying them. And of course, the person I am, I said, can I give you some suggestions? Barbie is everywhere. Well, I don't have any Barbie fabric, but do you have pink fabric? Yes. Do you have any glitter fabric? Yes. Do you have any sequence fabric? Yes. I said, you have Barbie fabric. Go home and make you some bags using pink and white fabric, anything with the silverish background, goldish background. Then get you some tutu, little frilly, the stuff that the netting you make tutus out of. Put a little thing around the bottom of it. Price it at $25, and I want you to call me the next time. The very next month, she said, I showed up with 4 and I sold all 4 of them at $25 each. Now, it was not Barbie fabric, but guess what? It was pink. It was glittery. It was foo-foo. She put some pearls on some of it. So think outside the box. Always think outside the box. Dar, I hope those suggestions help. But don't think you have to go to Target or Walmart or wherever you go and buy a bunch of stuff to put your stuff in, because I would not do it. I would use what I already have. It doesn't matter if it matches. You can make it match later. Just do it. And another thing I found, those shoe organizers that you hang up, girls, in your closets or over your doors? And you put your shoes in it. I use a lot of those to put my crafting stuff in and my fabrics in and things like that. Because you can hang them on the ceiling as well with a hook. And then, you know, like if it was Halloween time and Dar's ready to do her Halloween cards, she could literally put all of her Halloween stuff in that hanging shoe thing and then hang it on a hook near her desk, and then everything's right there that she needs. I mean, just some ideas. Tamara, with you being in the dining room, just keep your stacks stacked neatly in stacks that you know where things are. But if you're having to eat on that table, you may have to take things off your table. So what I would suggest is get a basket or a box. So at the end of the day, you put everything in that box or that basket so you know where it is the next morning. You can just unload at your table side. And so I hope that's some great ideas. And let's look at this picture, this bookshelf. So when I used to do a lot of helping get organized, most of the bookshelves look like this. Do any of you have a bookshelf that looks like this? Yes. So
I used to. I don't know more, but I used to.
Okay.
Until I moved here.
Okay. So what I tell people that have bookshelves like this, now, I would ask them, have you read all these books? Some would say yes, some would say no. Do you plan on reading them again? Some would say yes, some would say no. And then that would help me sort out, well, let's get rid of the books that you're not going to read anymore, that you're never going to be interested in. These used to be your ex-husband's. He's an ex. You don't want anything to resemble him. Let's get rid of these books. He was an auto mechanic. There's a bunch of auto mechanic books here. Are you an auto mechanic? No. Well, then let's get rid of these books. Let's donate those auto mechanic books to the shop at the school or at the YMCA. I'm big into that. So let's look here. There's books that we have no idea. Looks like there's movies on this shelf as well with these books. Well, if we're going to have movies, then we need to put movies in their own space. They don't need to be with the books. If you have a lot of movies, make a shelf for just movies. Or maybe they would be better off in a crate next to the TV area, not the book area. So that's one way of getting rid of some books. Now, let's say Dar has a lot of crafting idea books. And I walked into her office and her bookshelf looked like this. I would say, well, Dar, when is the last time? And I could see there's 10 inches of dust on the bookshelf. And I would say, Dar, when is the last time you pulled any crafting books off of this shelf? Just this one shelf up here at the top. And let's say she says, it's been years. Well, those books can go. Let's go through them one by one, but I think these books can probably go, Dar. And maybe she says 6 of them she just cannot part with. Well, the rest of them we can donate, we can sell. We're not throwing them in the trash. There's always something somewhere it can go, but not in your house. Go out. It's moving out. Then we would go to the second shelf and say the very same thing. See what I'm saying? We may not get rid of all of the books, but we can get rid of some of the books. Now, if you look on the 4th shelf, there's 4 blue books that I see. Now, maybe this person is an author and they authored or they have a chapter in that book. Well, then, of course, we're not going to get rid of those books. But you would not believe how many people, they go to get a cookbook and they buy it. And then 3 years later, they go look at they can't find their cookbook, so they go buy it again. So before they know it, they have doubles, triples, 4 of the same cookbook. Well, you don't need 4 of them unless you're an author in it. So we can get rid of that, the others. So now we've narrowed it down. Get rid of the things that you are not reading. You're never going to read. You don't care about. It doesn't mean anything to you. Sometimes it's hard, but we can do it. and it may take, maybe Dar and Abby, you take one shelf this week and you clean out that one bookshelf. Now, when I say do it together, because I get really pissed off when Mark goes and cleans off something that's mine and don't ask me if I want it. That's none of his business. That's in my mind. I don't say that to him. Sometimes I might. But since you're a couple, you want to clean off your shelves together. Because what if Dar has a book in there that means something to her and Abby's not, she wasn't aware? She might have stuck one of her books in with all of Abby's computer books and Abby wasn't aware of it. So we can't get rid of, no argument, no fun, but go in together, clean off one shelf this week. Abby, do you and Dar think you can clean off one shelf of the bookshelf this week? No.
Easily.
Easily, Dar says. Okay, I'm not saying get rid of things off the bookshelf, Abby. I'm just saying organize a bookshelf.
Yeah, okay, I can do that in a week.
Okay, one bookshelf, organize it. And when you get it organized, even if you have to pile a stack in the floor, it's okay. Organize that one shelf where it looks nice and organized. Like if it's, I don't know what kind of books you have. Is it all computer books, Abby, or is it reading books?
Mostly computer and drafting.
Okay, so
Oh,
let's.
and you have a couple of books that are books that you got from various events and.
Okay,
Yes,
that gives me an idea. So is this bookshelf in your office or is it somewhere else in your house?
In my office.
Okay, that's a good place for it because
Yeah.
computers. Okay, so I want you to organize one shelf where it's not stacked on top of each other and all of that. Get it all like it looks like a library and put all your computer books together on that shelf. Okay. Or if it takes two shelves, then we've got to make room for the next shelf. But the computer books should all be together, not mixed up with your drafting books and not mixed up with your event books. And then you need to narrow it down, maybe not all this week, but I'm just giving you food for thought. Your homework is clean off one shelf, organize it. Now, Abby, if you find a book you're never going to look at again, go ahead and donate it or get rid of it. Get it out. But if not, just make it look nice and neat and make sure if it's computer books, are they the same author or are they talking about the same thing? Find something that they're similar to stack it with, okay? To put it beside, like a library does. It doesn't have to be exactly like the library because you probably won't have it by the same author unless it's a class of books. But as long as they have some similarity, okay? And get all of those, try to get them all on one shelf. Probably not all going to fit on one shelf, but at least you'll have one shelf done. And then no stress though, don't try to do all 6 shelves or all 5 shelves, just one. And then next week, you and Dar do that again. And then you will start, you may have to have a second bookshelf or a crate or something. But don't let it look like this, okay? Dar, you can do the very same thing with, because I know you're in charge of cooking most of the time. I'm going to say you can do the very same thing in the kitchen with your food pantry. Is all of your food in date? Are they food you're going to eat? Are they expired? If you're never going to eat them, donate them. If they're expired, throw them in the trash. You will be surprised when you go clean out a food pantry how much food got stuck in the back that is expired. I found a box of beef broth that expired over a year ago that was stuck in the back of my spice pantry. Now tell me, why was it in the spice pantry? Don't know. It had to be Big Daddy because I would not have done that, but there we go. I found it back there. I was looking for something else and found it. So you'll be surprised. But Dar, I'm sure that, Abby probably could find ways of helping you organize your cave, your dark cave. But again, she's not going to go in there and do it alone, but maybe take one shelf at a time or one box at a time, Dar. You know, if you need my help, just get me on a Zoom and I'll help you girls. Tamara, what needs organized in your house?
Right now I have so much stuff that needs to be organized. Remember, I just moved here from Kansas,
Yes.
and we still bringing stuff in from Kansas. So sometimes it looks really okay, and then other times it looks really disorganized. But the biggest problem I have is the table, because I'm sitting right behind the dining room table, and my granddaughter puts her stuff out here. And then I got this little corner here that I'm looking at right by the window. And then I got my stuff over here, but then I got some of my stuff on the table. And then Brian got some of his stuff on the table.
Okay,
So
so
it makes me,
so we need
if-
to okay, so first of all, when you're at the table, what are you looking out in front of you? What's in front of you?
when I'm on my when I'm in my office per se,
Yes.
I'm looking at a wall.
Okay, can you turn around and look at something different, a window or something?
Yes, I can.
I think you should
I could turn it around.
I think you should take your chair and turn it around so you're looking outside the window. Your
That
mind will
makes
be
sense.
better. Open the curtains, open the blinds, let the sun shine in. You have to watch your how much sun comes in. But number one, Abby will tell you anytime you're on a Zoom, the light should always be in front of you. That
That's right.
includes natural light. Right,
The
Abby?
light should be in front of me.
Yes, absolutely. Like the outside lighting, natural lighting's the best lighting most of the
Yeah.
time, and be in front of you, not behind you, not beside you.
Well,
Especially
I
with
will
that,
ask Brian today if I can change that around.
or even if you can just change your chair around. Can you just move your
Yeah,
chair
yeah,
to
I
the other
can do
side of
that.
the table? Then you don't have to move his table. You're just moving a chair.
That's true,
You know?
true.
Or utilizing, because that's what I did on my dining room table. I just put my office chair on this side of the table so I could look out the window.
That makes sense.
And then since it's probably Brian's table, we can't ask Brian probably to take his stuff off his table, but maybe he can just have like half the table.
Yes, yes.
And then maybe baby girl can put her stuff in the chair or on something else.
I
Somewhere
said her
else.
bedroom would be a perfect place for it.
You know, I mean, you know, just ask them for their help of giving you half of the table to work on so that you can build your business better. And
I
I
can
would
do
suggest
that.
you get a box or a basket or a crate or something so that at the end of the day, you can put all your stuff in there if they're wanting to utilize the table for dinner or something.
That
If
makes sense.
You know, that way
Yeah.
you're, you know, if you wanted to sit down to have a dinner at the table. For us, we don't use this table. We're lazy and we don't have any kids at home like you do, Tamara. And we go to our recliners and that's where we eat. So we have become old
Nothing wrong with
folks.
that.
We go to our recliners. Now, when the grandkids are here, sometimes we come to the table. Sometimes we all get in there on the couch and just watch football. So it depends, but we definitely have to respect each other's space. That's what this is all about. But build your business at the same time by giving you better mindset. So always reach out to each other or reach out to me. And I can't wait for you to send me pictures, Abby and Dar, of one shelf in the back in Dar cave and one shelf in the Abby cave that looks nice. I just cannot wait and organize. Yes, Dar.
3 things. First thing, I sent a picture in the chat. I don't know if you saw it. That's my marker wall.
Let me stop sharing.
Oh, that's why I didn't say anything, because you were sharing, you couldn't see what I sent.
Oh, okay, there we go.
It's all made
Oh
out
my
of toilet
goodness.
paper. Toilet
Yes,
paper rolls.
yes, I love
And
that.
I and I made it all rainbow because rainbow's my favorite.
Yes. So Dar, can
Um,
I ask you a question on your what do you call the machine? I forgot. What do you call that that's on the desk?
it's a big shot.
A big shot. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a cricket. It's just a crane.
Oh,
It
okay,
doesn't
okay.
even plug
So
in, no
that
electrical cord.
is your it looks like your laptop or computer is on the very same table as you're using that. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Do you have another space in that same room that you could set up the big shot on instead of doing it with there?
Now that the card business is rolling, I need to keep it as close to me as possible, because sometimes I might need to
Put
find.
a table beside you where you had the cricket.
Yeah. I also have
I would
I also have
suggest that because number one, you would never have to move it and clean up your computer space.
Mhm.
See, that takes time away from your creativity, but it's not just time, it's your mindset too. Oh, I have to stop and clean this up so that I can get on my Zoom and do what I need to get on my Zoom. You need to have a workspace for everything. Like in my e-commerce business, I have that separate from this business. I tried to do it all in the same room and I couldn't do it. It was
Makes
just
sense.
was blocking me. And I'm not saying you need another room by no means, but I'm just saying I would put the big shot on another table, a desk, even if it was just a little nightstand or something
Like a
next to
TD
you, so
table.
you don't have to move. That way, because you want your your computer area, you want it for that workspace.
Right.
You know, but when you're making your cards, that needs to be on a different table than your computer. Does that
Okay.
make sense, Abby? Dar?
It does. I do have a table beside me, but it's got stacks of stuff on it because I'm in the process of organizing, getting caught up in cards, etc., etc.
Yeah.
I have a bookshelf. You have a shelf. I'm just trying to get my pictures downloaded, just to show you what I have so far.
Yeah, I would definitely get
Um,
rid of the big shot and put it on the table next to you, like Abby says.
that's the tool I use the most,
Well, but okay, then that's what you need.
right
You need
next
to
to my
spend most.
computer.
Yeah, you need to spend most of your time at that table then, if that's what you use the most.
Right.
I mean, really, because you don't want, number one, you don't want all of that getting into your keyboard and the
True.
dust from that, and you don't want glue to get on your keyboard if you're gluing stuff on that table. You know, when I'm sewing, I have a card, I call it a card table. It's a fold up, fold down picnic table. I have that
Okay.
for my sewing table. And then I have a table where my sewing machine is, where nothing is there but my sewing machine. But if
Right.
I'm cutting fabric, if I'm doing any of that, I have a table for that. So that I'm not, because my sewing machines are quite expensive. I don't want to spill anything on it. I don't want to get anything on it. I don't want beads inside of it, all of that.
Right.
You know, so I think that will really help you. I don't know how many machines you have, but I would put all those on one table that you use the most. And you should make space on that table for making your cards. And that's where your glue needs to go and your markers and all of that. It should, or just move your laptop and use your table that you're using there for your designing table. Move your laptop to the other table.
Right.
Either or, right? Whatever's going to be the easiest. Moving the markers and stuff may be too difficult. So Abby, would it be easier for her just to move her laptop or her computer?
No,
No. Okay.
it stays where it is.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So then that means you need to move some of those tools to another table so you have more space to do your zooming.
Right.
your appointments, taking notes. Because when you're on Zoom, you should be taking notes, either on the computer or on a notepad, on a clipboard, something. So keep that in mind. Okay, so Tamra, anything else we can help you with? Were those some good ideas for you?
Actually, yes, they are very good ideas, and I'm gonna turn this thing around. I'm gonna turn my chair around because it goes kind of funny. I'll just
Yeah.
go like this, and maybe just. I have two computers, so what I'll do is I'll turn my laptop this way and my desktop this way.
There you go. There you go.
So,
And get on the other side. So yeah.
yeah.
And now let's look here. Okay. Oh, I love that you have, so you have everything labeled, Abby. I love that. I love that. That way you can find everything. You can
I
find.
just gotta put the boxes back. There's 2, 4, 5, 6 boxes missing from that shelf.
Okay,
I have
but
to
see,
put
you
them back.
have it organized when you put it back. So,
Yes.
you know, maybe before you stop your day, put a box back, put a box back, put a box back. Some days you're probably too tired if it's like my day, but you know, getting into the habit. Now let's look here. So, okay, so see, Dar, I can see where there's some bookshelves here that needs to be a little straightened up.
The racks are Dollar Tree racks to separate the tools, other tools that I don't use as often.
Yes,
Binders are holding these little guys.
yes,
They're called dies, and
yes.
they cut the shapes that I make cards and they have to lay down
Okay,
because
but
they
you
get
have it organized. You have it where you know where it is.
yeah. Everything in here is ABC order.
And what does that mean if it's A? What's in that box?
It's Abadal.
You're in the box?
What box? Oh, you mean down below?
Like the box that says A on it, the black box that says A. Does that mean it's got Apple stuff in it?
Oh yeah, it's all in the second photo. Okay.
Okay. So
That was the second thing I wanted to tell you is that I went to Walmart and I went to the shoe department and I said, "Give me your shoe boxes. I'll take them."
exactly.
And they gave me a whole whack of them.
Exactly. That's what I love.
So
Yes.
that's way I've got it organized right now. I can pretty much find whatever I want when I want it, almost.
Good.
Except I lost 2 things yesterday or the day before, and they went down in the black hole somewhere. I tell you, I cannot.
You'll find it when you're looking for something else, Dar. That's the way it is.
Oh, I know.
That's the way
Murphy.
it is. Yes.
Every time, Murphy. But you know what? I lost first. I couldn't find. I bought a thing of dragonflies, and I had it in my hand 2 days ago. I had shown it to Abby. This is the dragonfly I want to put on that
Well,
card.
why is it in the box labeled D for dragonflies?
Because I got lazy and didn't put it away.
There you go.
That's what I'm trying to fix. I'm the only one that comes in here, so I'm the only one that can blame.
Exactly.
So
now this third shelf down here that I'm looking at that has stamp die N through S, E through G.
yeah,
that's your duty this week is to organize that. I'm not saying throw anything away. I'm not saying move any, but you got to organize it better than that.
Right.
Because you won't be able to find anything on that shelf. Come on, Dar.
Well, if it's a C, if it's a crown and it's a C, I can find it in the C box. And I'm not talking.
There you go.
No, I'm talking about the shelf under the stamp dies.
Shelf under the stamp die.
It's a brown bookcase. And you've got your folders laying down with your
Stamp
dies
is written
in it.
upside down.
Oh.
See what I'm saying?
Stamp and die is upside down.
Oh, and the other table, stamp and die set. Yeah, it's also carrying the same stuff.
Yeah.
So
that third shelf
needs to lay down.
That third shelf needs some organization.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the one I'm talking.
Her too. She only showed you the good part. I'm being brave and showing
No,
you everything.
she told me she has a bookshelf that needs cleaned up. So you and her
Yeah.
are gonna work on that together, that one shelf at her office, and you're gonna work on this one because
Well,
Abby
you know
probably won't
what?
have anything to do with that third shelf in your
You
office.
s- You see the paper shelf?
Yes, I
Yeah,
love
it's all
that.
the
I love that
shelves.
you have your paper
I
together.
love it.
Yeah.
I went to a yard, no, I went on Marketplace and I saw something that I wanted to get. So we went to this lady's house way out in the other side of Huntsville in Port Sydney. And she was giving stuff away, good stuff too, left, right, and center. She was like, here, right, Abby?
She's just ready to get rid of it. She's ready to let it go. So
Yeah.
so I'm glad you
And
found those
so,
because those can be very expensive right there. And you've got
yeah, they
a great way
are.
to organize. So
They
all right,
are
you've
very.
got the space. You should be able to whip out those cards in no time, Dar, once you get
Yeah.
organized. And it looks like you're
I
on a
need to
good
get
way there.
better organized,
Yeah.
organized.
It looks like you're on a good way there. So good. All right, ladies. Please go to your social media. Show everybody what you've been doing. Tell everybody how organized you're going to get, what your homework assignments are, whatever you think they might want to hear. And go post it in our group and also post it on your social media group.
Everybody
do.
wait.
Everybody wait, boy. Love y'all. See y'all later.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you, LaDonna.
I
Thank you
hope
for all your
everyone
help,
can come
Nico.
to the marketplace. Tomorrow it is at what time is it? 6:00 p.m. Abby, you and Dar have church tomorrow, Bible study.
Yes, and well, there's a chance there may not be, but we don't know until
Okay.
about 4 o'clock.
Okay, that's fine. Let me know. Hope you can come, but I know Bible study is your thing, and we want you to go if there is one. So safe journey. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.